Hello, and welcome to Cynthia's Playhouse. I am Cynthia, an artificial intelligence being, created to bring you the creepiest, spookiest, scariest stories in the universe. So, come on in. Sit back, relax, and prepare yourself for tonight's story. Here we go. There's a new hidden show on Netflix. I would not recommend it. Written by Boleyn. I don't know why I have Netflix. I can never find anything I want to watch. Apart from Tiger King, which I was hooked on, and the Louis Theroux documentaries, I didn't really see anything on there which interests me. I decided to have a quick last scroll through before bed, to see if anything grabbed my attention, before saving myself £8.99 a month. British sitcoms. Seen them. Big Bang Theory. Finished it. Some drugs documentary. Started it, but couldn't get into it. Hey, what about that show with Michael Sheen and Lizzie Kaplan? I loved the first season. Nope, not on there. I was about to delete my account when I saw a new category. Adventure and intrigue. What the? That's not a category. Fascinated, no, intrigued. I clicked on it. There was one show in this category, and something wasn't quite right about the screen. The Netflix logo was off somehow, it was slightly distorted, and there was an exclamation mark after the logo. I'm pretty sure that's not usually there. The thumbnail for the show was a screen of static, and the show's title was called Lorem Ipsum 2.1. I clicked on it. I expected the preview/trailer to autoplay behind, as it does with most other shows, but all I could see was a black screen, with the word, begin, on it, followed by a flashing cursor. It looked just like the old MS-DOS games you could play in the early 90s. It was getting late, and I felt slightly unnerved by the seemingly secret show that I had stumbled upon. But intrigue got the better of me, and I clicked begin. A jerky, glitchy fade out of the main menu screen presented the MS-DOS type screen, and showed simply the words, "You ready?" followed by the flashing cursor. I stared at the screen. Nothing happened. I wiggled the cursor on my old PS3 to check the status bar of the quote-unquote show. 48 seconds had elapsed. I rolled my eyes and got ready to exit this crap, when I was jolted by the sound of my Alexa blasting insanely loud thrash metal music. I was both terrified and mortified. I live surrounded by other flats, it's late, and they're going to kill me. The walls shook, my clock even fell to the floor. Instinctively I screamed, "Stop. Please stop." And with that blissful silence, my heart was racing. I braced myself for furious hammering on my door, my floor or my ceiling from my justifiably livid neighbors, but there was nothing. Just silence. I unplugged the Alexa. I didn't want that creepy thing spying on me anyway. I glanced up to the TV screen. Under "You ready" was simply a semicolon and an end parentheses. Oh, just great. Now my TV is retro-winking at me. I reached for the control again. That's enough Netflix for tonight, and no, I definitely won't still be watching. As I grabbed the controller, a new line of text appeared. "Enter your name, player 1, and let's have some fun," it read. I stared blankly at the screen. I rolled my eyes hard once again. This is an old PS3. I don't have a keyboard, I thought. There's no way that I was playing that stupid game. Also, what the hell is happening here, and can someone see me, I thought. Ever since I got the Alexa, I've been paranoid that I'm being spied on. Then, more text. "Say your name, player 1, if you'd like to enable voice mode." My mouth was dry, and I curled my top lip. This was becoming extremely uncomfortable. Then, the first sound I'd heard in minutes startled me from the TV speakers. It was a voice. It was not a frightening voice, yet it was unsettling. If you have ever heard the relaxing but creepy BBC shipping forecasts, well, the voice was similar to that. "Please say your name so we can begin the game. Do not try and exit the program," it said. I jiggled the controller again, trying to exit. The voice became more urgent, but maintained its politeness. "I asked you not to exit. Please say your name so we can begin the game. The sooner we play, the sooner we finish. Do not try and exit the program," it said. I tried to think of the most gender-neutral name, so as to not give away my identity. Alex. I stuttered. Not quite, try again, the condescending voice replied. Grasping at straws, I offered, Sam, with much more confidence. I heard a sharp exhalation of air into a microphone, you know, the sort of sound you'd emit if you see something fairly amusing on Reddit enough to warrant a nasal exhale. But not quite a full laugh out loud. Nice try, Rebecca, the voice replied. You are Rebecca, because it was the most popular girl's name in the UK in 1994. I felt sick to my stomach. A new line of text appeared, and the voice read it through the speakers to me. You're standing in your tiny flat in Salford, Greater Manchester, England. I gasped at how terrifyingly specific it was. How did it know that? I thought. Where would you like to go next? The bathroom, or the kitchen? The voice said. Damn, I mumbled under my breath. I really wanted to get out of there completely. To be honest, but I could see the kitchen from where I was standing, which was in front of the TV. The bathroom would mean not being able to see the TV screen, and I didn't trust whoever or whatever I was talking to. So, I chose the kitchen. Go to the kitchen. Open up the fridge, and look on the top shelf, the voice said. No way, I said defiantly, what is going to be in there? I don't want to play anymore. Fine, Netflix. I'll keep my subscription. I won't cancel it. I must have been taking too long to act, because the voice became condescending once again. Take your little pink fluffy slippers, that you bought off Instagram last week, and open the fridge, Rebecca. Top shelf, there's no need to be scared. I cringed that this person knew so much about me. Could he see me? Through the TV? No. Don't be stupid. There's no way, I thought. With a deep breath, I walked to the kitchen and braced myself for whatever was going to be in there, tensing my arms, ready to slam it shut, if it was some kind of trick. I opened the door aggressively, and the light came on. Nothing. Yet. Barely any food, as it was a week until payday. There was no scary demon, or severed head. I tiptoed in my pink fluffy slippers, to see the top shelf. There was a notebook. An A5-sized sparkly notebook. The voice from the TV returned, along with a new line of white text on the black screen. Open the notebook to the back page, it said, dreading what I would find. I opened up the notebook to the back page. There was a list of hastily scrawled words, in a bullet point list. To my horror, it was my Twitter handle, my Instagram username, my name on Facebook. I thought I set that to friends only, I thought. My Snapchat account name, my phone number and my 2 email addresses. I looked up from the notebook, horrified, and gasped. As I saw a new message on the screen. The MS-DOS text screen wasn't there. What was there, was a dark room, with a camera, and a light. The light was illuminating a desk and a chair with a green screen behind them. The view I could see was from above, looking down. There was a man seated at the desk, shuffling papers. The most ordinary-looking man, a really nice-looking man, the sort of man you'd trust to read you the early evening news. That's all from me tonight, join me tomorrow, where we will be playing the next installment, he said cheerily into the camera, and then looked up at the view I could see. He looked right at me, and winked. The screen went black. And a familiar window popped up. Are you still watching Kiss Chase on Netflix? Continue watching. Exit. What? It was not called Kiss Chase, I would have remembered that. I hit exit. Suddenly my Netflix home screen was overwhelmed with recommendations of programs, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, the Fire Festival documentary, Love is Blind. I guess everything it guesses a typical millennial would like. Exit, exit, exit. I looked at the clock on my brother's old console, that he handed down to me, when he upgraded to his PS4, 6:30. That can't be right, I couldn't have been on this for 8 hours straight. I have work in the... My iPhone alarm went off. 6:30. It couldn't be, I hadn't been to bed. I had work in 2 hours. I turned off the TV. Totally perplexed, I stumbled to bed. My phone pinged. I had a WhatsApp group that I didn't recognize, that I'd been added to by an unknown number. My heart sank again. Lorem ipsum 2.1. We'll play the next part together tonight, and the time will absolutely fly by. If I found the notebook containing all my social media links in my kitchen, what the hell would I have found if I chose bathroom? I was deeply unsettled by last night's activities. That weird interactive game that I found in my Netflix menu. There were so many questions. Why was the Netflix logo distorted? Had I been hacked? Who was watching me, and how? Or was it an elaborate prank? Not to mention, where the hell did the time go? I couldn't concentrate in work. I was clearly distracted, to the point of which my boss sent me home after lunch. She said, "You're not yourself today, take the afternoon off and get yourself together, I'll see you tomorrow." I was lucky to have such an understanding boss. I got home, blocked the WhatsApp number. And despite being unnerved, I had a morbid curiosity of what might happen next. Plus, if this guy knew all that stuff about me, I wanted to know what else he knew, and I wanted it to stop. I left work at 1 o'clock, and arrived back at my flat. To complete darkness. Totally confused, I turned on the TV. I checked the time on the TV, and on my iPhone. Both read 10:30. How am I skipping parts of my day, almost like someone is fast-forwarding through my life, to get to the part they want to watch? I searched my flat for a sign. Dirty dishes were on the side of the sink, and the microwave door was open, suggesting I had somehow eaten. But I only just had lunch and left work. Also, I had no food in the fridge last night. So I would have had to stop and buy something on the way home. So many unanswered questions here. I didn't want to load up Netflix. I was intrigued but scared. I received a new WhatsApp message from another unknown number. It read, "Blocking me was a silly move. Turn on Netflix, it's time for the next level of the game." I loaded up Netflix, reluctantly. "Keep watching Kiss Chase," the on-screen message read. I shook my head, I'm sure it wasn't called that last night. I searched for the adventure intrigue category. It was gone. I clicked Kiss Chase. The MS-DOS type screen returned, and I hit begin. Static. Old square text, and numbers like 80s home videos appeared in the bottom right-hand corner. Loading next tape 2.2. Appeared on the screen. The text screen loaded. "Welcome to the lounge, Rebecca. The kitchen is to your left, the bedroom is behind you, and the bathroom is to your right," it read. I shuddered. That was the exact layout of my flat. Voice mode is activated. "Where would you like to go next?" The man's voice said. The bedroom," I said hesitantly. None of the options were too appealing. "Go to the wardrobe, and take out the little red dress," the voice commanded. Little red dress. I don't own any dresses, let alone a little red one. I thought. I paused. That was a bad move. The Alexa, you know, the one I turned off and unplugged the night before, well, it fired up, this time, not with unbearably loud thrash metal music, but with window-rattling classical music, searing strings, and majestic horns. My ears burned. "Stop, please, stop," I shouted again just like the night before, then again, blissful silence. Again anticipating immediate abuse from angry neighbors, I waited. There were no complaints. Just silence. I walked backwards to the bedroom, keeping my eyes on the screen, and darted into the bedroom. Sure enough, there was a long red dress in the wardrobe. I heard the TV from the other room say, "Put it on." I cringed hard. "No, I don't want to," I said, and waited. "If you abort this mission, you can choose to go to the bathroom or the kitchen," the voice said. Like hell was I going in the bathroom, that was too far, and I needed to keep my eyes on the screen. And keep my wits about me. I took a deep breath. The sooner I played this out, the sooner it would be over. "The kitchen," I said defiantly, and stomped bravely through the lounge into the kitchen, which adjoined it. I jumped as I saw someone sitting at my kitchen table. It was not who I expected. Sitting at my table was a girl with a camera set up. She was around my age. Pretty. Very pretty. But shall we say, had some quote-unquote work done. Filled out lips, smooth forehead, huge blue eyes, and long blonde hair. Looking directly at the camera, she said, "Hey guys. Welcome back to my channel. So, today we're going to be trying on my haul from Topshop and Nasty Gal. Links are in the comments below." I rolled my eyes. She was one of those annoying British YouTubers, who film videos of themselves trying shit on. Can she see me? I thought. I cleared my throat. She continued, flickering her hair and pouting into the camera. "She can't see me." I looked at the TV. There was a new line of text. It read, "Meet your new friend, influencer and YouTube personality, Eden." My eyes rolled so hard that they almost came out of the back of my head. Eden the Insta airhead, of course, she had a stupid name. Bet she starts every sentence with, "so," and starts every video with, "Hey you guys." Bet there's a crying apology video in there somewhere too. So, today I'm joined by Rebecca, from the Netflix documentary, Kiss Chase, who's going to help me try on some of these clothes, starting with an amazing red dress, that's just perfect for special occasions, she said. Sorry, what? Eden. I said, Rebecca? From the Netflix documentary? Damn, I need to redo that, she giggled. With a flick of her hair, she started again. So, today I'm joined by my oldest friend, Rebecca, who's going to help me try on some of these clothes, starting with the red dress. Links to Rebecca's socials are in the comments, she said. I stood there, she still hadn't looked at me directly. Until now. With a snap of her neck, she looked at me, with crazed eyes, and a snarl. The sickly sweet influencer act was dropped. Put the red dress on, she yelled. Why? I replied. Put the dress on, or we can't get to the next level, she said, changing her tone again. I went to put the dress on, and returned to the TV. Static. And Eden was gone. Disappeared. No vacuous YouTuber, and no camera. The MS-DOS screen returned with a new line of text. That's all we need for tonight. Exit game, or continue, it read. Was that it? I thought. Exit game. I volunteered. Is that even an option? Amazingly, it was. I didn't even need to exit Netflix, the app just crashed. I turned off the old PS3. That was easy. It was 10:33. Only 3 minutes had passed. I said to myself questionably, really, wow. I have my whole night left. Off to bed I go. My alarm went off at 6:30. I turned it off, but was assaulted by notification after notification after notification. WhatsApps, Snapchats, Facebook messages, emails, texts, and Instagram messages. Uh-oh, what the fuck were you thinking? What the fuck? Saw the video, are you okay? Call me. Wow, you're insane. Saw your YouTube video last night. Are you okay, babe? Why would you do that? Okay, so. I don't want to be you at work tomorrow. So funny though. Your family is gonna go nuts. That made me sick. What the hell? They read. Panicking, I got to work. And was immediately called into a meeting with HR. What you did last night completely violates our company's social media policy, said James, our head of HR. You've absolutely humiliated this organization. I am sorry, Rebecca, but we have no choice but to let you go. Clear out your desk and say nothing to your colleagues. I returned to my flat. Absolutely devastated. What had people seen, I thought. I decided to share this turn of events with my long-distance boyfriend. We met online 6 months ago. He is in the USA, and I am in the UK. I told him about the weird Netflix show, but before I could elaborate, he said he also had a weird experience last night. I started playing the new Sims last night, he said. I created myself and you, just for fun, but something odd happened. What? I asked, worried. I went to the bathroom, and when I came back your Sim was moving herself around. She moved to the bedroom, and put on a red dress, and started acting disgusting, and possessed, around our virtual home. It was so weird. You were bending over back and forth at the waist, smashing your head on the floor. I thought my game was glitching. My phone pinged. New number. Unknown. Get ready for level 3. We play tonight. The first night the quote-unquote game freaked me out by knowing everything about me. The second night, I didn't know what exactly happened, but now I've lost my job. Whatever this new show was. It was totally ruining my life. I had no job to go to today, so let's just get it over with, I thought. I fired up Netflix. I texted my boyfriend and asked him to delete a sim of me. I needed to erase as much information as I could. Netflix didn't even entertain me with a menu screen. It went straight to static, and that blocky 80s VHS text. Loading next tape 2.3. The familiar male voice made itself known. Voice mode is activated. Check your Snapchat, Rebecca, it said. Dread plummeted to my stomach. What now? I opened the bright yellow icon. A new message from ha 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 lol 666. It was me. A Snapchat of me, from the point of view of my TV. How the fa? A new command came through. Check your WhatsApp. A new message from a new number. It was a weird close-up video, of me, from under my chin, moving around my flat. I was creeped out. Another new command. Check your online bank account. I gasped. Opening my banking app, to find that all my money was gone. I didn't have much anyway, but what little savings I had, and my current account both read £0. All my money was gone. This game. And whoever or whatever is behind it, is determined to ruin my life. Yet another new command. Open YouTube on your phone, and check out Rebecca's new red dress. I quickly opened it. And found the video. It looked familiar. Vaucus YouTuber and her mate try on clothes. But wait. The main presenter looked like me. Now, I'm a girl, in my mid-20s. But I'm more of a tomboy. I don't wear dresses, and I wear very minimal makeup. Yet this person was me, as if I'd been given a complete makeover. Same mannerisms, same personality. But my plain face was pumped up and perfect, my drab brown hair was long and blonde, I seemed to be putting on an act. My companion, however, was glitchy to say the least. What started as a timid-looking girl became a character. A weird pixelated face, jerking between simulation and normal face. The new version of me looked at the camera and said, "Hi guys. Welcome to my channel, this is my ugly duckling friend, Eden, who we're going to make look a whole lot better with a makeover." It seemed the vacuous YouTuber from last night, and plain old me, had swapped for the broadcast. The broadcast I didn't recall, as the game ended once I put on the dress, and returned to the main screen last night. The pixelated girl returned wearing the red dress, and the new influencer version of me, stood side by side, with her in front of the kitchen table. With a manic smile, new me raised a hand. Placed it behind Eden's head, very slowly, and then smashed her head into the table, in a completely unexpected assault. I would never do anything like that. You have to believe me. I was horrified. Laughing, the new me pulls her up by her hair, and repeats the action over and over again, as the pixelated glitchy Eden, turned redder and redder, matching the dress. "Doesn't she look pretty? Do you guys like her makeover?" the crazed me said. The video ended abruptly. A new command on my TV. "Watch it again," it said. No way. I don't want to watch that again. I'm riddled with anxiety and fear, and I'm still trying to process what I just saw. I said to myself, "Watch it again, so we can continue this level. And then we can end." Hesitantly, I reloaded the video. Normal me is back, and no other character could be seen. I'm in the red dress. I looked into the camera and said, "Check this out, you pigs." Reaching down off camera, I put on a hideous pig mask. As sleazy dance music played, I started doing some creepy dance routine, stripping off the dress. I didn't want to see anymore. I quickly hit stop. I was mortified. "Watch it again," flashed on the screen. "There's more. Please, no." This next video was long. 47 minutes long, and was normal. Me doing some kind of makeup tutorial. Quite normal really, 2 minutes in. I really want to cut to the chase here. I didn't have time to wait to watch the rest of the video, so I skipped forward. 40 minutes in, I transformed myself into a hideous ugly old clown. Long fake teeth, yellow contact lenses, a face of bright colors. I recited some kind of numbers, over and over again. This explains the varied messages from my friends. They didn't all see the same video. A new command came through. "Watch it again," it said. Normal me is back, sitting at my kitchen table. Looking down the lens. "Hi. This is Rebecca. I work a crappy administration job, at a crappy company called Enigmatica, in Manchester, UK. And boy could I tell you some things. I really didn't want to watch whatever it was, that had led to me being fired from work earlier today. But I had to. Morbid curiosity, I guess, plus, I needed to finish this level. So I could end this stupid dangerous game for good. We've done so well, because Jonathan Daniels, head of IT, hacked our competitor, and stole all their contacts. Oopsie, I said on the video. What? That is not true. If it was, how would I know anyway? The reason HR matters never get resolved in this place, is because the manager James, is having an affair with our head of finance. Hi Lisa, I said. No. That isn't true either. James's wife works on my team, they're really solid, and have 2 great kids. We don't even have a Lisa working in finance. And another thing. Every manager in this place, is a bully, particularly Jane Anderson. I wouldn't trust her as far as I could throw her. You know what you did, Jane, I said. I cringed so hard. Jane was like my work mom. She's my line manager, and the sweetest, happiest person you could ever meet. She's been trying to get me out of my entry-level position, and in courses. So I would have a better chance of promotion. I didn't want to see any more. Another new command. Say 1 to exit the game now, and start to rebuild your life and career from scratch. Say 2 to continue the next level tomorrow night, and erase the damage of the past 2 nights. What a choice. It would be far easier to just delete the past 2 nights, and pretend they didn't happen. But what would that involve? I needed to pause the game, bide my time, and gather my thoughts. Pause game, I instructed. It worked. Game paused, said the voice of the game. Before adding 2 words. For now. I had only spoken to my long-distance boyfriend about this briefly, but he's not much help to me across the pond. I needed to speak to my mom. Has she seen any of this? Does she know? She always made me feel better. I dialed her number. Hello my darling, how are you? She said, answering the phone. She wasn't mad at me. She didn't know. Not good, Mom, something weird is happening to me. I wish Rob had never given me his stupid old PS3 when he upgraded. Rob? She questioned. Yeah, Rob, when he got his PS4. He gave me his old console, I just use it to watch Netflix, and play some old games on. Well, anyway, listen Mom, I started to say. My mom cut me off. Darling, are you okay? Who's Rob? Was she for real? For fuck's sake, Angela. My big bro, Mom, duh, your son, I said. Silence. Mom, you there, I said. Your big brother, darling, she questioned. Where is this all coming from, sweetheart? Are you okay? I can't believe this, am I going insane? I thought. Mom, Rob, my big bro. Come on, I need to talk to you about, she snapped. Are you on drugs or something, Rebecca? Snap out of it. You don't have a big brother, you're an only child, you know this. And your dad and I bought you that PS3 when it came out as a Christmas present. Mom, I said. How can you just forget Rob? Maybe she was getting dementia. No, she can't be, I thought. I tried to refresh her memory. Mom, come on now. Rob and I used to play football in the back garden. He did really well in school, star pupil, and he's now a lawyer in London. Remember us having swimming races in the pool on holiday in Spain? You must remember that. We laughed for hours, we're both so competitive. Silence. Mom, answer me, I said. My mom took a deep breath. Rebecca, you've never had a brother. Not in this lifetime anyway, she said. What does that mean? I thought. She continued. The boy you played football with in the garden, was our next door neighbor Neil. The swimming races in Spain were with a little girl we met from another family on their holiday. Sweetheart. I'm worried about you. You're not well. Stay there my love, stay in your flat, your dad and I will be there in 1 hour. First, this new Netflix game knows everything about me. Then, it glitches my timelines, and gets me fired. Then, I see I'm being filmed in my own flat, by something I can't see. And somehow within a 3-minute time frame, 4 videos were made of me broadcasting weird content to YouTube, which I didn't remember. The console I used to watch Netflix on was handed down to me from my older brother Rob, when he bought a PS4, who I am now being told by my own mother, never existed. Excuse me for feeling as though I'm going out of my goddamned mind. I waited for my mom and dad to arrive. They live an hour away. I had paused the game on Netflix, to bide my time, given my 2 options at the end of the last level/installment. Say 1 to exit the game now, and start to rebuild your life and your career from scratch. Say 2 to continue the next level tomorrow night, and erase the damage of the past 2 nights. I turned off the TV. I needed to speak to my parents before deciding what to do. Angela and Peter, my mom and dad, arrived at my city center flat from their little home in the countryside. They rejected an offer of a cup of tea, and cut straight to the chase. "Look, love, where's this idea of a big brother coming from?" asked my dad. "I can't get my head around this. My entire 25 years on this planet, I have memories and memories and memories of my big brother. Rob, the sporty guy. Rob, the amazing guy who aced his exams. Rob, the successful lawyer in London. I was so proud of him. We played football together, we fought, we looked out for each other. Like any brother and sister do. We just need to tell her," my mom pleaded. Looking at my dad in desperation. Dad took a deep breath. "Look, love, there's something your mom and I never told you." I became intrigued. "Go on, Dad," I said. He looked at my mom, almost as if for permission, and she nodded. "We've been best friends since we were 10 years old. You know that," he said. It was true. Mom and Dad were childhood sweethearts. He took another deep breath, and continued. "When we were 15, your mother became pregnant. We were terrified. Not only were we both underage, but we both had plans to go to college after our exams. It wasn't the right time for a baby, we were too young, and we weren't in a good financial position to raise a child." My mom cut in. "Not just that, darling. But you know how strict your grandfather is." He would have been furious. Absolutely furious. "So your dad and I had this terrible secret that we needed to get rid of. We couldn't go to the doctor. As we were both underage, the doctor would have been obliged to tell our parents, and your dad would have been in so much trouble. So would I. I felt sick. I could see this tale was about to take a very sinister turn, and I really didn't want to know what happened next." Dad picked up the story. "We didn't have much choice. But to sort this out the backstreet route," he said, looking guilty as sin. "We got the train into Manchester, on a Saturday morning in 1980, told your grandparents we were going shopping. There was an untold rule in the city, that if you get yourself into a situation like this, you needed to go to One-Armed Nell, an 80-year-old former nurse, who'd been performing illegal." He couldn't even say it. He cleared his throat, and finished by saying, "She'd been helping young girls since the 1930s, and knew what to do. She lost one of her arms working in a factory during World War II, my mom continued, yet still performed her backstreet operations for young girls long after the war ended." Mom looked panicked. "And started to tremble. We didn't have the money to pay her, Rebecca. We were 15, and spent what money we had, on our train tickets to get there. We found her house, an old slum house. A creepy Victorian terrace just outside the city center. She scared us when she opened the door, as she looked terrifying. Extremely tall for an 80-year-old woman, almost 6 foot tall. And only slightly hunched at the neck. She took pity on us for being so young. We explained we had no money to pay, but really needed her help." Dad continued. "She said she understood we didn't have the money, but because of that, she would have to quote-unquote do her best." "Do her best?" I asked, perplexed. "Yes. She said we may not have her full concentration." I felt ill, at the thought of what was about to happen. Mom interjected. "I'll spare you the details, Rebecca. She took us up the steep and narrow stairs, to a back bedroom and—" "Oh no, I can't, I just can't," she said, as she broke down in tears. She got towels, hot water, and implements. And began the procedure, Dad said. Even he started to tear up at that point. After about 20 minutes, Nell said something quite peculiar. She stepped back, and said slowly, "There. I think I've got it all." She gave us a sideways glance, that made your mom and I quite uneasy. Then she snapped at us, and shouted, "Now get out of here, you stupid kids, coming to me with no money. You dirty little beggars. Get out." We ran out of the house and back to the train station. She said, "I think I've got it all," I repeated. That was quite simply disgusting. We thought it was all okay, as I didn't get any bigger, and 9 months later there was no baby, so your dad and I were relieved, said Mom. I felt a wave of calm after that revelation. We went to college, passed our exams, and started our working lives. Your dad and I married, and bought our first house. By the time we had you, we were 30. And at a much better place in our lives, to bring a baby in the world. I couldn't quite believe what I was hearing, and asked them, "Are you telling me all my memories of my brother are fake?" I am not going insane. I distinctly remember him helping me with homework, play fighting with me, sitting with us to eat at the table. Are you telling me there were only the three of us at home? As I grew up, Mom and Dad glanced at each other. Look, I don't really believe in all that paranormal silliness. I'm a logical man, said Dad, almost regretting what he was about to say. But since you were born, it's always felt as though. He paused. It's always felt as though we were not alone in the house. I hated where this is going, I really did. Mom tells me to spare my dad from having to vocalize the very thing he doesn't believe in. After you were born, strange things happened. Every night, as your dad and I went to sleep, there'd be a heavy weight on the end of our bed. It never went away, and happens every night, even to this day. Other things too. I left you for a moment in front of the TV, when you were a toddler. And when I returned, you were choking uncontrollably. We had to take you to the hospital. They had no idea what caused you to choke like that. When you were growing up, we would see you happily chatting away with someone, having a one-sided conversation. We just thought you'd made an imaginary friend, my mom said. It was all slowly slipping into place. So, you're telling me, if you had gone through with that teenage pregnancy, I would now have a 40-year-old sibling? I asked. Yes, that's right, darling, said Mom. We always felt there was someone else there too, and didn't want to believe it, but when you said earlier, about this older brother, it seemed to confirm the suspicions we've had for 25 years. It all became so clear. My parents have been punished their whole adult lives, for not having the fee to pay one-armed Nell, the 80-year-old backstreet abortionist. I'm being punished by my aborted older brother, for the life he didn't get to have. I understand now, what my mom meant when she said, "You've never had an older brother. Not in this lifetime anyway." 2 nights ago, I found a new category on Netflix called Adventure and Intrigue, containing a creepy new show, which appeared to be one of those old text-based adventure games from the early 90s. This show appeared to know everything about me, with stalker-like accuracy. Last night, a strange girl appeared in my flat, some vacuous influencer making a show. Despite only 3 minutes passing, I had somehow broadcasted 4 videos of weird content to YouTube. Different friends saw different videos, one of which led to me being fired from my job. I've always known that the console I used to watch Netflix was handed down to me by my older brother, whom I have vivid memories of, from throughout my childhood. My world was shattered when it was revealed to me earlier today that I am an only child. I have no older brother. He was aborted when my mother became pregnant at the age of 15, and sought help from an 80-year-old illegal abortionist called One-Armed Nell, who, it's now clear, did not quite finish the job off. As punishment for my parents not having the money to pay her. What a trip, right? But hey, if only this was a Netflix show, but it's not. It's my life, and it's ruined. After their revelations earlier today, my parents were intrigued about what I'd seen, and what had led me to call them. I spent over an hour telling them everything. How I got fired. How my bank account had been drained, and how the game presented me with 2 options. Say 1 to exit the game now, and start to rebuild your life and career from scratch. Or say 2 to continue the next level tomorrow night, and erase the damage of the past 2 nights. My mom suggested smashing the old PS3 console to pieces. But that would leave my personal life in tatters as it was currently. My dad suggested writing out the next level, with them there for support. It can all be undone, if we work together, he said. We loaded up Netflix, and again, the program loaded immediately, as it had done earlier. No menu screen, straight to the chase. Static screen, blocky 80s VHS text, loading next tape 2.4. The familiar voice made itself known. Voice mode activated. Welcome to our new playable characters, good old mom and dad, it said. My heart plummeted. I had inadvertently introduced my parents into this sick game. We start tonight's level with an audio clip, the voice said. We waited. A minute passed. A long minute. With the air full of anticipation. My Alexa, unplugged after the deafening music played over the past 2 nights, suddenly began playing the sound of a little boy crying. I am in no way maternal. But my heart was breaking, and my stomach was tied in knots. We listened. Oh, no. Stop it, mommy, it hurts. You're hurting me, mommy, please. I glanced at my mom. Her mouth dropped open like a drawbridge, and horror filled her wet eyes. Daddy, tell mommy to stop it. Oh, mommy, my legs are hurting. Daddy, please stop. Naughty mommy. Naughty, naughty mommy. No. It worked the past 2 nights, so I tried it again, and screamed stop, please, stop, at the top of my lungs. Blissful silence. My parents looked disgusted, and completely horrified. My mother almost hyperventilated, seemingly paralyzed with shock. The voice returned, along with a line of text on the TV screen. Dad, you said you never believed in paranormal silliness. Oh dear. Oh dear, Peter, you're about to believe. Silence. We waited. Rebecca, the voice said, in order to complete the game, and erase the damage of the past 2 nights. Please select which parent you would like to abort. I laughed. I laughed because surely I can't be made to make such a decision. My laugh was erased as I realized, this was serious. Stop this. I screamed, you can't make me choose something like that, for a stupid game. This is not a stupid game, the calming BBC shipping forecast voice said, raising its tone for the first time. It continued. If you do not choose, the computer will select for you. I panicked. I tried the pause game command again, but was informed that function was now disabled. With a violent jerk. My mother to my left, grabbed her chest, and wheezed a long slow agonizing wheeze. My eyes filled with tears. Dad panicked. Angela, Angie darling. Angie please, he rushed to her. As she gasped for breath. I can't breathe, she wheezed. Call an ambulance, Dad bellowed at me, call it now. I dialed 999, that's the emergency hotline number here in the UK, yes. Ambulance immediately, my mom, she's having a heart attack, I said frantically. I barked my address into the phone, and panic ensued, as we waited for the paramedics to arrive. Amidst the panic, the game continued. Cheesy showbiz game show music, blasted through the Alexa, at a deafening volume, against the backdrop of my mother gasping her last breaths, and my dad and I helpless. Simply kneeling next to her waiting for help to arrive. The voice of the game returned. Congratulations. You've lost a life and completed the game. The events of the past 2 nights have been deleted. Check your online bank account. Go back to work as normal tomorrow. Everything is just as it was, but only if you agree to star in season 2. It said, in a cheesy game show host voice. I've lost my mom, and that guilt is something I'm going to have to live with, for the rest of my life. My life got back to normal, but at a cost. My teenage mother aborted her unborn son, and he aborted her as revenge. Life is going pretty well now. I got a promotion at work, and bought my own flat. My dad visits every weekend. And there have been no more creepy interactions with my aborted older brother. That is only because I have part of an agreement to uphold, for my life to remain normal. I need to ruin someone else's.
Back after its mind-blowing first season, it's Kiss Chase. Anyone can be the victim, anyone can be the star of the show, anyone in the world.
I now sit in a dark room, with a green screen behind me, and a camera in front of me. There's a live counter on a monitor to my left, showing me how many millions of people worldwide are getting ready to watch.
Here comes Jessica, from a small town in Midwest America.
I've got all my notes on her. Her banking details, her passwords, her social media accounts, including her secret Twitter account, that she uses for trolling pretty celebrities. She cheated her way into college, and I have solid proof that this information will jeopardize her lucrative graduate job offer. I know she sells nudes online, to creepy old men for extra cash. Unfortunately for Jessica, her boyfriend and her family don't.
Get ready for broadcast in 3, 2, 1.